Hello there, welcome to everybody who I'm sure is going to be watching this as a post facto YouTube video because it looks like this was so last minute that I'm not going to catch anybody on live stream. But yes, it's been over a year since I've streamed, and I think long past it since I've streamed anything magic related, since we've sort of become much more of a Warhammer channel. But yes, I do still play Magic every once in a while, and I do also purchase Magic products, so this is part of the proof that I do that. And yeah, although one of the reasons I think you'll be seeing today that I don't stream as much as I've donated my streaming rig and setup to my girlfriend's art, so you guys can see here, she's hashtag Contrarian Librarian if you guys want to go follow her and see some of the stuff that she does. But this is sort of her art back here, and that's what all this is about. But today, what this stream is about is I do have one of these Dominaria United booster packs, or actually collector's booster boxes with a lot of collector's booster packs, with the hope of opening one of these very rare and hard to find Legends cards. Whether or not you believe that these are actually uh, secret reprints or actually what they say they are, which frankly is probably what it is. Secretly found some previously unknown stash in a warehouse. Um, uh, Lost boxes of Legends booster boxes. Then either way, it's a nice little surprise for longtime collectors and players. I do actually have a couple of decks that could use uh, Tabernacle of Pendrevale. There's of course the famous lands build in Legacy. I do have also a Turbo Deaths deck, but the nature of turbos, black green Turbo Deaths is such that it doesn't usually run Tabernacle. But at the same time, it'd be nice to have the more traditional formal lands build that runs Tabernacle. I've always tried to make Stasis. That of course, we all remember that terrible blue card that can somehow, hopefully, one day be made glorious. I've always tried to make that competitive, but one of the builds that I think could make it competitive would be one that runs Tabernacles. But of course, it's really, really, really expensive to buy to try to make a very fringe card competitive where nobody else ever has. So it's never been worth it to procure it, but it would have been nice if I pick up one. Although of course, I'm certain I will not. But yeah, and there was a small time where Don, I'm sure you're not seeing this, but where Don was kind enough to lend me his to try to make that dream happen. It did not work, but for those that are curious, it was a gosh, what are the colors? Just Sky. It tells you how old of a player I am. I don't even know the three color combinations. It's a Team America, red, white, blue. It was a three color build, and it yeah. Anyway, there's different ways to make it. There's like the fevered card, that's essentially kind of like a howling mind, but it makes the opponent lose life. Um, anyway, there's different ways to try to make that build, but we'll see. There's other possible cards to pull. We'll see if I get any of those. I think I just hit the the webcam with my head, so let's see if I did too much damage or not. Looks like not. All right, let's make some adjustments. This is the limited deck that I pulled from just the regular cards. Nothing to cry home about. I did get a card in my constellation packs for just I think we got 2 set booster packs per win, and I know I got a full art Karn somewhere, but I don't know if I have that elsewhere or here. But if I have it here, that'd be nice to show. I don't actually think it's worth a lot of money because a lot of people seem to think it's not very good gameplay wise, but we'll see if the next set shows any sort of gameplay synergy. I don't actually play any recent formats, so whether or not there's any, uh, like I said, gameplay synergy with any modern formats, I really couldn't say. This is really all in for the Tabernacle, and just really to see what's going on. I do like to get in on these limited events, really, yeah, to see what kind of mechanics are going on. But I'm sure my opponents get annoyed when I'm like, what does this mechanic mean, or what does that mechanic mean? But thankfully, the explanation text is present with most of these mechanics for old fogies like me. All right. Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting that these things come with box toppers. So, okay, it's not bent, so that's good. I've been hearing tell of quality control issues with cards, although those seem to be with the cards themselves, not so much with the packaging themselves. I don't know how many of you guys also watch Rudy with Alpha Investments, and I know he sometimes talks about that. I thought it was bent, but no. All right, so let's just get to it. I'll do the box topper last and see what we get here. Ooh, these are really glued tight. Had not noticed that before. And I'm not sure how they're distributed in terms of where the rare is. Okay, looks like the commons are on top. Oh, wow. No, this is damaged. Or I don't think that was me. That was definitely not me. Did not pull nearly hard enough to damage that. So that's unfortunate. You could probably see there the cardboard. The first card and a little bit of the second one is really bent out of shape, quite literally. So, yeah, that's too bad. And there's some edge damage on some of the cards further back. But we'll just see what's in here. And we'll just kind of go for the value, because I don't really know what some of these other cards do anyway. Oh, wow, these lands are beautiful. Wow. I'm not really always a big fan of the foiling, because sometimes it just actually, I think it's too distracting from the art, but this is really nice effect. And besides, some of the modern sleeves actually subdue, I think, the foiling enough, so you can appreciate the cards. There's all Stormrunner. Is there... There's something weird about the foiling on these cards. It's almost like, I don't know if anybody else has commented on this, at least on the gold parts. It's almost like a fingerprint pattern. I doubt, well, actually, maybe. Yeah, actually, I think you can, with the focus, get close enough. There's certain parts, like here, it's like a fingerprint texture on the gold. But anyway, it looks like that's intentional and not anything error-wise. So we got there, Defiler of Instinct. Again, I don't know how much of these are value. Academy Lore Master. Anything that refers to the Tolarian Academy is interesting. Beginning of each player's draw step. That player may draw an additional card. If they do, spells they cast this turn cost 2 more to cast. Interesting, okay. And Balmor, Battle Age Captain. Ramirez de Pietro, Pillager, Rasputin, Carpels of Forest. Okay, these lines are back. Oh, that's beautiful. Caves of Koilos. It's too bad that these aren't worth a lot money-wise, because these are very, very beautiful in terms of art. So good thing I got this in terms of a booster box, because I would have hated to have wasted a lot of money on that. All right, let's keep going. Actually, you know what? I'm going to open this one next to see if the damage is also on this one. And I'm going to be extra careful. In fact, I'm going to open it from the bottom and see if there's damage to the top of the card, just to sort of prove to myself that it wasn't me that damaged it. And, well, whatever happened to the other pack is not on this one. Well, actually, it would have been on this side. But no, there's no damage in this one. Alright, we'll go through the commons. Again, another beautiful land, this mountain. Wow, that's really nice. Alright, we'll keep going. Tetiova, Steward of Tides. Claws of Heroes. I did see this one, the multicolored land in the limited deck construction. Cosmic Epiphany. Draw cards equals the number of instances or cards in your graveyard. I'm sure some commander blokes are going to play that hardcore. Tura, Kennerud. Rasputin, Oneromancer. Alright, yeah, of course. Savitri Scarzum. I believe. I actually no. Was it in these colors? It's funny because it looks like it's a blue, red, but of course up here it's a blue black. I think those were the original colors in the Legends card. In fact, I remember the flavor text very well. It's of course people have a right to fear Savitri Scarzum. After all, who was it that tamed the Scarzum's dragon? So I was the dork that memorized all the flavor text. So destroy all non-dragon creatures. You're looking for a dragon card. Very good. And then the Sphinx of Clear Sky. So that's one of the mythics. It looks like it's not a very good one because when are Sphinxes ever good mythics? So interesting. All right. So let's keep going. And I just realized I do have a trash can down here. So why am I going to keep this mess up here? Tangled Islet, Hammerhand, keep going. Alright, Rulik, Mons, Spreading Goblin, another beautiful mountain, Rivas of the Claw, of Yeshna, Warlock. Ah, the Elder Dragon War. Yeah, these saga cards are always very interesting. Oh, Sarah Paragon. Okay, again, I like anything that refers to the old lore. It's a mythic. 3/4 Angel. Once for each of your turns, you may play a land card from your graveyard or cast a permanent spell. Oh, okay, so it's kind of like a Sun Titan. Interesting. Alright. Rona Shieldred's Faithful. Interesting. It's a wizard. Oh, Torwalkie. I remember. I actually have somewhere over here the Chronicles card from the Legend. The Chronicles version of the Legends card, Torwalkie. I think that one you could tap to deal 1 damage, which was a common mechanic for archer cards, or at least cards that represented archers. And then another Savitri. Yeah, so this is what what's his name? What's his name? Alpha Investments. Rudy was talking about that there was a lot of repeats in the collector's boosters, and this is one of those weird foils. I don't know what name they have, but it's kind of more matte finish than the glossier kind of foils. Cold foil or etch foil or whatever they're called. But that's interesting. And then we get Maria, Scholar of Antiquity. Oh, it's one of those alpha cards. Tap and untap non-token artifact you control. Add 1 green mana to mana pool. Tap 2. Exile top card of your library and you may play it this turn. Fascinating. Okay. And then King Darien. Let's see what this one does. What is it, the 43rd? No, the 48th. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. Yeah, okay. Alright, so that one looks interesting. Again, I don't know enough about the current state of gameplay to know how much which ones are their value cards. I'm really just hoping to pull some old school value. But nevertheless, it is fun to see some of the older cards lore get represented in these ones. Badger, 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 badger. There's a meme somewhere about that. Charlie the Blast. Okay, some more commons. Hydromancer, there's that Flames land. Joria, of course. Who can forget Joria from lore considerations? Oh, my cap was coming in the way. Oh, another elf. That's right. I forgot from the limited tournament that elves were a thing in this set. It's an elf lord. Other elves get a +1/+1. Whenever you cast an elf spell, you can pay 1. If you do, draw a card. That's right. This is essentially like a glimpse of nature kind of effect. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This could be interesting. Ah, yes. This is that card that makes Merfolk very interesting, right? The one that there's another one that has a similar effect, but I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Counter target non-creature spell. Its controller pays 1. But this enables it so you can just sacrifice any Merfolk. You do that, and it itself is a Merfolk that's really nice. I like this a lot. And then this legendary human, 3/3, menace. Sacrifice another creature by tapping in a +1/+1 creature. I wonder if this could somehow work in one of those aristocrats decks. The colors are correct and the mechanic is right. Another Terwaki. Solkanar. Yeah, speaking of references to old sets. Uh, let's see what this one does. Beginning of your end step, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Draw a card. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Solkanar, the Tainted deals 2 damage up to each one target creature of his order. Exile it, returns to the battlefield under opponent's control. Oh, interesting. Okay. So it keeps doing all these things, but the cost is that it'll have something sickness. Yeah, okay, interesting. Hey! Well, that's really nice, isn't it? That's really nice. I've never actually... Oh, we get a foil medallion hex catcher. We got 2 in the same pack. Oh, this is the best booster pack so far. The best booster pack so far. We got 2 medallion... I'm glad I did this on video. Because we got 2 medallion hex catchers and a Liliana of the Veil in the same one. And then for flavor, for old school flavor, we got Torwalkie and Solkanar, which to me is great. And then a Liliana of the Veil, which I've never actually owned a Liliana of the Veil. But now I can actually say I own a Liliana of the Veil. So I am very happy. Words cannot express how happy I am. Oh!
My glasses.
I have not seen your glasses, Rafa, sorry. Check the bathroom. Alright, so that is... Wow, that's my favorite booster pack so far. And I don't think we're halfway through the box. So great. Let's keep going. I like this. Special thanks to Hey Wanna Play Game Store. They're the ones who sold me this booster pack at a very good price. I can't remember what it was. I think like $250, $240 or something like that. So thanks again to you guys for that. So we'll keep going. Send in the Silver Griffins, which I believe is an old song. Oh wow, the island's nice. Astor Bearer of Blades. What does this one do? Enters the battlefield, look at the top 7 cards of your library. Reveal an equipment card. Or view a card from among them, put into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. And equipment... You control have equip 1, and vehicles have crew 1. Okay, great. I hadn't seen this before. Yavimaya Coast. Okay, it's the Pain Land. Yeah, that's right. Leyline Binding. I'm not familiar with this one. Oh, wait. No, I am familiar with this one. It's one that shuts down and exiles non-land permanents. But costs less, but depending on the land types you have. Alright. Angel Stormrunner. That's right. Jasmine Boreal of the 7. I don't know this one. It can add 1 Selesnya. Creatures you control with no abilities can't be blocked by creatures with abilities. Alright. What does this one do? It's an Urborg creature. 2 generic and 2 Urzov. For Todrick of Urborg. Vigilance and Ward. Whenever a legendary creature you control dies, create a token of that. It's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary. It's 2/2 black zombie additions to other colors and types. Interesting. Ah, Shanna Purifying Blade. Yeah, I got one of these actually, and I played it in my limited deck. I actually played in these colors precisely. I think it's Bant. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay X. If you do draw X cards, X category to the amount of life gained this turn. Yeah. Oh, and an Urborg Lurgoyf. I played against a couple of these in the limited tournament. All right. So let's keep going. Tribute to Urborg. Unranked Librarian, Clockwork Drawbridge, Island, and here we go. Rona, Sheoldred's Faithful, Leyline Binding. Okay, another one of those. Seems like a good utility card. Whenever a land enters the battlefield tapped under your control, choose 1. Untap that land. Tap target non-land permanent and opponent controls. All right. Rulik Mons, Warren Chief. Okay. So it's a goblin card. Menace. Whenever it attacks, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it onto the battlefield tapped. If you didn't, put a card into the battlefield this way. Create a red goblin. Okay, very good. Elves Dragon. And what's interesting, it's an elf warrior card. Whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, it gets +3/+3 until end of turn for each creature blocking it. Alright. Orca Siege Demon. This is an edged foil. Aisha. Tanaka. Armorer. Okay. And Namata Primeval Warden, which is a 3/4 for 4 reach. Okay, a Treefil card. Let's keep going. So far, we have not seen one of the Legends cards. Now, we know those are extremely rare. In fact, if I remember correctly, there's only one of those, I think, per case, or maybe 2 or 3 per case, something like that. Extremely rare. There might not even be one in this entire box. And apparently super obvious because the cardboard is different. It's funny, I already seen etched foil in this box, just because of how different the cardboard is. Brave's Fretful Return. Yeah, that kept coming back to bite me in the rear end during the tournament. There's the etched foil. Oh, and it's a Shield Dread, the Apocalypse. So this is definitely a 100% etched foil. So the ones that I thought were etched foil actually aren't etched foil. There's another kind of foil. I guess it's the cold foils. There's too many foils, man. This is just this is weird. Because this is, or maybe maybe the other ones were etched foil. This is a textured foil. I mean, you guys can see that on the stream. This is definitely some kind of texture. This is the one that I was saying earlier when I showed that had the fingerprint texture. Same kind of thing here, just a different card. I think Shield Dread, the Whispering one in the past, now it's the Apocalypse. 4 cost for a 4/5 death touch. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Whenever an opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. Hey, this is an expensive card. If I remember correctly, this is like a $30 or $40 card. And then this kind of foil, I think this is a very pricey card. And then what else we got? We got Drag to the bottom. Each creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, where X is 1+ number of basic land types. You've got the Coalition. You choose 5 modes. Wow. Okay, that's a lot. I'm not going to read that. Garna, Bloodfist of Keld. Marhulf's Elf Dragon, that Elf Warrior again. Then we got a Human Warrior. Hey, we got another. Now I own 2 of these. Full Art Karns. Okay, so there better be some good mechanic in the next set. And then Stand Paranoid Partisan. And just a battlefield, choose a card type other than creature or land. Spells of the chosen type cost 1 less to cast. Yeah, that's kind of nice, actually. I can definitely see this working well. Kind of reminds me of like a opposite Meddling Mage. All right, so we've got 5 collector's boosters left and the box topper, so we could still get a very nice thing here. Let's keep going. Academy Wall, Bite Down, Tatiova Steward of Tides, Forest, and so here we go with the good stuff. Org, Spawn of Torg, Carbles and Forest. Okay, got another one of these lands. Emperor Mihail, another Merfolk. Okay, we'll be able to make a decent Merfolk deck afterwards. Long time no see. I hope you were doing well. Hey, buddy. Hey, how you doing? Oh my God. Yeah. No. Thank you so much for stopping by. No, I am doing quite well, but I think you can tell. But the fact that this has been the first stream in a year, it's been quite busy. It's been extraordinarily busy. I just finished a 3-week period without a day off. It's busier than it's ever been at work. But it's life, you know, being a doctor, COVID and post-COVID, but it is what it is. How about you? How's the missus? How's life? Emperor Mihail, you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast Merfolk from the top of your library. Whenever you cast a Merfolk, you may pay 1. If you do create a 1/1 blue Merfolk, damn. Where's Christian? Where's the other Christian when you need him? He would love this. Lacomos, Hand of Hatred. 1/3 for 3. At the beginning of each combat, your turn, create a 2/1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next dance step. Another Ramirez. The Pietro Pillager. I mean, this guy, he looks like he's from Miami, I'm telling you. Shira, the Golden Sting. Flying Haste. Sulphur Springs. Man, look at these full arts, man. I mean, these are great. Let's see here. Mrs. at a PM on Carvins is national this week for a mention for research. My God, she's almost done with medical school. That's incredible. Yeah, aren't they? These are great. It's hard to believe, you know, that she's almost done with medical. I still remember when she was like applying. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's funny because I've had a bunch of students rotating. Actually, I'm glad you reminded me. I'm writing a I have to write a couple of letters recommendation this week for students. So that's actually a good reminder for me to do that. I probably have to do that tonight. Shoot. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to be too tired after this. So I'm guessing that she's going into PM&R, it sounds like. Alright, let's see what this pack open tells us, or shows us, rather. Alright. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. We're looking for Tabernacle of the Pendril Veil. Tabernacle of the Pendril Veil. No. Oh, there's a... I forgot that there's multicolored merfolks in this set. Yes, I am familiar. I am aware I said merfolks, not merfolk. That was a thing that... who used to say that? I used to imitate somebody for saying that, and I started saying it on purpose myself. Alright, here's a mountain. Okay, so here we go with the rares, potentially. Warren Chief. The Thran Portal. Okay, here we go. Let me review that again. Yeah, that's the plan. She loves it. Either something to do with TBI or cancer rehab. Yeah, those are good ways. TBI is a growing field. The only reason that sometimes it's a little controversial is because of the legality behind it. But if you don't care about like litigation and that kind of stuff, and you can deal with that, then it's a good field to get into. Because sometimes it overlaps a lot with mine, as you can imagine, especially when it relates to like NFL and CT and all that stuff. But yeah, oh, I think I see a Legends card. No, it's not. Okay. But in general, PM&R is like one of the best specialties. It has the happiest people. The happiest people that I know in medicine tend to be PM&R residents. I mean, PM&R graduates of PM&R residencies. They're on Portland was a battlefield. Tap unless you control 2 of your lands. And comes into play and choose a basic land type. It is a chosen type in addition to its other types. And costs an additional 1 life to activate. Okay. Other soldiers get +1 to the soldier lord. Okay. Bayard or Givian recruiter. Interesting. Doom Conqueror, we've seen this one already, I believe. Ramsey Assassin Lord. Oh, interesting. So it Assassin Tribal is a thing. This is interesting. Death Touch 4/4 for 4. Assassin Lord. Whenever a player loses the game, if they were attacked this turn by an assassin you controlled, you win the game. Okay. Alright. Jadite Ojanen, Mercenary. So now this card exists in Legends, in the sort of what was it? Time Warp set, Time Spiral, in all green colors, and then now it's in this set. Whenever it enters it or another legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1 green. If you do, create a green Cat Warrior token with Force Swap, which of course is a callback to the original flavor text, which says he of course forsaked or forsook whatever his original forest homelands for the plains. So it's interesting that they're calling back to the original lore. Jensen Carthalion, Druid Exile. Okay, so only 3 more packs left to potentially pull a Legends card. Goodness. Odds are bleak. Odds are bleak. But we knew that from the beginning. But I had a God pack earlier, so I can't really complain. But we're going to keep trying. Let's see here. And once we get to the land, the good stuff comes after. Here's another textured foil. Not the biggest fan. I'll show this again. These textured foils, it's like super glossy on the art. And then it looks kind of like this. I don't know if I'll be able to get to focus, but it's kind of like a fingerprint sort of texture on. No, I'm not going to get into focus. But suffice it to say, there's a sort of fingerprint kind of texture on the card itself where the text is. All right, I got a Najani Sleeper Agent in the regular foil, which I'm a much bigger fan of than the textured foil. Stronghold Arena. Okay, what does this one do? It's got a potential kicker. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life for each time it was kicked. It can be kicked up to 2 times. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, you may reveal the top card of your library. and put into your hand. If you do, lose life equal to its mana value. Okay, so some card advantage there. Tori Davenant if you're a writer. Okay. We set a device to conquer. Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief. 2/1 for 2. Flying. Whenever a player casts a spell that targets only a single creature other than Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief, you may copy that spell. Okay, and it targets this creature. Okay, Benalia flavor here. It's a 5 cost for 4/4. For a strike, Vigilance, Lifelink. It's Human Knight. When it enters the battlefield, you may put an art or equipment card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield attached to Danitha. Okay, so this could be like a closer. This is like a, I guess, like a commander. It could be very interesting. Here's another elf card for 2/1/3. It's a mana source, one of any color. Or, oh yeah, I had this actually in my limited deck. Or a land you control becomes a 3/3 elemental creature with haste. Alright. 2 more booster packs and the box topper. Let's go for broke, guys. Yeah, negate. That was in my limited deck. Stall for time. Yeah, I'd love to do that until I get something good. Another island. Zaro-Jinen. Okay, so a green and white colored relative of the other guy. A Vidalian Hexcatcher. Wow, okay, so I've gotten almost a full playset of these guys in this booster box. Okay, great. And I said Peacekeeper, 3/3 Cleric, Vigilance. As it enters the battlefield, look at opponent's hand and choose any card names. Spells your opponent's cast with the chosen name cost 2 more to cast. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name cost 2 more to activate, unless they're mana abilities. Damn, son. The creep is real. I mean, the power creep of these things are real, because this is a 3-cost creature, 3/3 with ability with vigilance, and then that crazy ability, and it's not even legendary, so it's like really nice. Radical Coalition Warlord, something like this, +X. Torwalku, we've seen that. Jorah, we've seen this, and 2 full art Pain Lands, which they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's just value wise, it's just not there, so it's really sad. So this is now the last chance to get a Legends card. So I don't think we're going to get there, but just a recap of the. I have to recap the God pack, which was back here in this pile, before we get to the disappointment that is going to be this last booster pack. We'll know we got to the God pack because we'll see the Liliana of the Veil. It was a ways back, actually. So I guess it set me up for disappointment. But it was Liliana. There it is. Liliana of the Veil. Vidalian Hexcatcher. Solkanar and Tarwaki for flavor. And another Vidalian Hexcatcher. And yeah, so that was my my favorite pack so far. But we're on the last pack and the box topper. So here we go. Send good vibes, or whatever it is the kids say these days. And here we are. So we got an elemental token in the back. Whoops. And let's see what we got. We'll open this up here. And Island. Okay, here we go with the good stuff. Airtide Resurrected. Okay, at least we got some flavor here. I remember Urtai. There was the regular one, then there was Airtide Corrupted. This is again one of those weird textured foils. Just gonna try one last time to see if I can get you guys to appreciate the texture, but I just don't think the focus is gonna happen. But it's a weird texture. So we get that. King Darien. So we have at least 2 different arts of King Darien. Archangel of Wrath, Tattoo of Steward of Tides, Jasmine Boreal of 7. That weird other foil. I don't know if it's called Cold Foil or whatever. Rasputin, Ram Mercenaries, and no Legends cards in this box. So we tried, we failed, but we had fun, right, guys? So now let's see what the box topper is. And what does it actually say on this thing? I don't know that I've ever actually opened a box topper before. Livia Prima. Contains one traditional foil card. And that's all it says. Alright. Is there a way to open this so I don't actually damage this thing by accident? Well, you tell you what, I'm going to actually use scissors here because I don't want to accidentally damage that card. And it's just a regular foil. Actually, it's very boring. Orca Siege Demon. Trample 5/5 for 7. So it's probably the worst card of everything I've opened. So, yeah. Anyway, you guys saw the best pack that I got, which was the Liliana. I don't know if I pulled value equivalent to this. Sorry, equivalent to the price I paid for this, which is about $250 or whatever. But I think, and those of you who know more about the current sets than I do, please tell me if I'm wrong. I think that the biggest in terms of like monetary value are the textured foil Shieldred, the Apocalypse, the foil Ajani, of course the Liliana, even if it's not a foil. I don't know if the Merfolk Lords or the Vidalian Hexcatcher are fetching for any good prices, because they're not mythics, but they're very, very useful, I think. And there's a few Planeswalkers here. I got the Karn full art, but again, it's not a foil, it's just the full art. I don't think it's that much. I think it's only like $4, but we'll see what the next set has in terms of mechanics, this guy. I know that it's worth a bit more if it's foil. But I think, and then that's my second one because I did pull an identical one in a different pack. But yeah, I'll sort through this, see if there's anything worthwhile. But if nothing else, I have some beautiful, beautiful full art lands here that'll probably go into some casual commander decks, because that's what these pain lands are, I think, best suited for. And now, actually, I don't know if they were legal in Martin before. I think, where were they printed before? 10th edition, I think. So they may have been. But anyway, thank you guys for joining. And again, thanks so much. And enjoy. What do you call it? The misses and life. And thanks again for joining. And one of these days we'll have to hang out again. And what do you call it? And the Lily, yeah, the beautiful basics, and then Johnny, yeah, that too. And man, James, we gotta do something, because it's been forever. I might be moving away from Miami at some point in the near future, because what do you call it? I got a lot of good offers elsewhere, and some of these are probably too tempting to turn down. So I'll be touching base probably in the next few months. So we'll see. Yeah, exactly. Don't worry. I'll have like a Meriden Tech reunion. But don't worry. I'm trying to do some more streaming stuff. This was sort of like a retest of sort of firing this kind of thing up and seeing what do you call it? If my equipment is all set up and ready to go, so I can start doing some of this stuff, maybe a little bit at a time. But yeah. Perfect. So we'll do this, and then maybe I'll stream some casual games and stuff when I get Mikey over. Michael Bettis and I still hang out every once in a while. So we'll touch base, and good luck with the applications, and then we'll talk soon. All right. Thanks, James. All the best to everybody. Have a good night, and stay healthy, stay safe, and be well.